What's up, guys? It's Canadian, and today we are doing another Zarya VOD review. This one is Master Tier on PlayStation. This one's Master Tier on PlayStation. This is winner is HOV21. This match was played fairly recently. So we are going to be looking at his positioning, target selection, ability usage, reloading, graviton usage, all that jazz, and hopefully we can learn something as well as help him get better throughout this match. So let's go ahead and get started.
Round one. Capture the objective.
Ooh, I like the crosshair actually. I'm kind of a
Okay, yeah.
fan. It kind of looks like an unknown from Pokemon.
It's okay. Not bad.
Good bubble there. You clearly saw, I believe you saw or heard the micro missile, so it makes sense to bubble yourself there. Full value barrier. Really good way to start off the match. All right, a little bit of a kind of like a charge me up barrier here. You know, a fight is, pretty much happening. The teams are relatively close to each other. So we see this is a bit of a greedy barrier, but it's, definitely you can get away with being greedy right at the start of a game. So you're going to, hopefully we see this barrier come out, we get our charge, and then I personally prefer a more team-oriented barrier style after kind of like the first 2 or 3 barriers. Let's see, 64 charge, a good spot to be. So 7 seconds, you'll decay 14, which will put you at 50, and 1 more personal shield will put you right at 90, assuming you get full value. So you are in a good spot here.
What?
Target selection good so far. Went on Winston when you could, went on Reaper when you couldn't. Not overextending here. Let's see. I think you got hit in the face by Hanzo, so he hit you, which then prompted the personal shield. Now, of course, it sucks that you missed the damage with the personal shield, but it makes sense why you would use it here because you are in a place to be bursted down relatively quickly. So, well, the personal shield I don't think gives you any energy. It gives you about 10. It is gonna save your life. So.
Well, Ryan, let's go, let's go.
Makes sense. Communicating with your Ryan, always good. Saying, hey, I've got shields. You can go in. You can be aggressive. Target selection onto the Diva is very good. You see the Reaper is kind of in front of the Diva, so you can transition targeting him because he is playing more far forward. Bubbling your Ryan as he's engaging, swinging. So far, we're seeing pretty good Zarya play.
Nice.
I think you maybe reloaded 1 too many times right here. The 25 one, I'll give you that one. But I think this one... I'm not a fan of this reload. 63 ammo, enemies literally like right around the corner. Not even around the corner. They are, within a line of sight. So maybe I wouldn't have reloaded here. It's kind of on the fence.
Nice.
Good target selection, melting the Diva, focusing the healer. I think you were trying to grenade the Diva mech, but you missed it. So make sure you kind of get that timing down, that technique to grenade Diva mech as Zarya. It is a great tool for her to really shut down pilot Divas to stop her from coming back into the fight.
I mean, yeah.
Nice, good bubble there, by the way. Just to cover your reload, it's pretty much 1, so I'm not gonna. It's kind of whatever with the bubbles. Focusing the Reaper. Bubbling your Ryan, because Reaper is probably going to shoot at him. Scatter arrows down, so you can actually engage that. I would stagger this Hanzo if you can before he gets. His scatters has like 4 seconds left.
I don't know where Hanzo
Oh, okay,
went,
the soldier got him.
Bubble Ryan, Bubble Ryan.
I like it communicating like, hey, I want to bubble you for energy. So this is definitely a poke phase, or it should be, because it is a 6 versus 5 in your favor. The enemy Hanzo did just die. So if the team takes this, that'd be kind of surprising. So you're expecting it to be kind of a bit of a poke phase. So you're saying, hey, I'm going to bubble you, I'm going to bubble you. I like the comms. You bubble him. He's doing his best to get value out of it, to give you value out of it. Communication really makes Zarya play that much better and that much easier. Target selection's very good. Tried to catch some of those micro missiles there with the personal. I mean, so far we're seeing pretty solid Zarya play. You're not trying to be fancy. You're not overextending. You have like a zone that you live in, and that's the zone of the Zarya basics, right? Stay near my Rhine, try and get energy with bubbles in such a way where I'm also getting energy as well as protecting myself or a teammate. So so far I haven't seen anything like drastic improvements besides like the 1 reload. And this one, I mean, you had 4. You could have grenaded, but it's really like not that big a deal. I mean, again, target selection onto Discorded Diva. Oh, I think one mistake that here that you made is you don't really want to grenade Diva ever because she can always turn on her defense matrix and eat that 25 ammo. So if you're ever fighting Diva, you really only want a grenade when you either know her defense matrix is down or when she's getting ejected from the mech. It's like right here, I guess she did just turn off defense matrix, which gives you the window to grenade, but in all honesty, the beam will do so much more damage to a tank than grenade, especially if they don't have armor. I think you were trying to finish off your magazine, um, so and now I have to get really nitpicky because so far you've been playing really well. So make sure you get down to like, probably 10 ammo or less before you really finish it off with a grenade because there was some beam in here that you missed because of you fired the grenade instead.
I have grab.
Target selection's good. The bubble onto Ryan maybe not so necessary.
Grab.
I mean, he's swinging at the Diva, but you guys are just dominating their front line. You're dominating their Winston. You're dominating their Diva.
Grab.
It's kind of, it's okay. It's not maybe not my favorite, but it's not like you're gonna someone's gonna die because of that.
Yeah, you shot her first.
Man, you were just absolutely demolishing their tanks. And then I like the communication. Use Shatter. That's really important, right? You always, in my opinion, if you have Graviton and Shatter, you want to use Shatter first, and then win the fight A, and then in fight B, you use Graviton. Your Reinhardt swings at the grab, and he builds up another Shatter. That is always the way to go, in my opinion. I like that you're communicating to your team. You're kind of being the in-game leader. Hey, use Shatter for this fight.
I'll bubble you, Ryan.
My god, you're just absolutely melting this Diva, dude. It's insane. The bubble versus the Reaper after he started shooting at you. The target focus, right? The Diva was backing up, so you switch targets to the Reaper instead of chasing the Diva. I know it seems silly to say, but a lot of players make that mistake. They're like, Diva's my job as Zarya. I'm going to chase the Diva when there's a Reaper in their face. So I like that you switch targets, you're focusing the Diva, then the Reaper, then you use the shield when he's fighting you. So far, this is like a really good game. If this, I hope it gets a little closer, maybe so we can make some mistakes. I can, see where you go wrong. But I mean, it's very solid so far. I mean, yeah, you're just pushing up, staggering them. That bubble's kind of like a we've won the fight / poke phase bubble. So I'll give you that.
Do we use Shatter?
Oh, you're getting a little... Okay, so I think right here is your first positioning mistake. You're re-engaging in a different lane than your Reinhardt when you don't have personal shield. Like, in these 3 seconds, if this team really wanted to, they could definitely kill you.
Okay.
Shield makes sense. You're getting hit by the Doom, so... Oh, interesting. I'm very interested you did that because the Diva, even though she did fly into this hallway, what if she was coming back and was just like randomly defense matrixing this door? Then you would have had your grab eaten. So I think that is a bit of an oversight. You weren't 100% sure where the Diva was. You kind of just had an inkling. And as Zarya, especially when you even watch the Overwatch League in this past week, they've had so many Gravitons eaten by Diva. It is a huge threat to a good grab defense matrix. So you have to be like 1,000% sure that the grab is not going to get eaten or reflected. So maybe not my favorite. Now, I do like the timing of it because I believe the enemy Winston, right, he's going to Primal Rage and jump in, which as a, kind of playing the game, the feel of this match is the red team is going to push in with their Winston, right, which is what prompts the sound barrier, and you're trying to take advantage of that, right? Winston's not there with a bubble. He leapt away with the Graviton Surge to try and catch the members as they follow through. So the question is, it doesn't look like it gets eaten, but is the follow-up from your team going to be there? Because communication-wise, you've been saying, let's Earth Shatter, let's Earth Shatter, let's Earth Shatter, so I don't think your team is going to be prepared for this Graviton. There was really no warning in communication-wise, and that's okay. Sometimes you don't get a warning, but right when you press the button, I hope you say something like, hey, I grabbed over here, and you say where over here is, like their choke, I grabbed their choke, I grabbed their choke. Get over here, there's no bubble, whatever. Just something so your team hopefully follows up on this. I like that you tried to reload before you grabbed, but you canceled your reload with the Graviton. So that's a really, easy mistake to make for all levels of Zarya players, and it does suck because now you're fighting this Graviton with 12 ammo. Graviton lasts 4 seconds. It'll take you 1.5 seconds to reload, so you already reduced your attack time on the Graviton to 2.5 seconds instead of the full 4 seconds. Yeah, so you can see you're catching a bunch of people. I think I see at least 2 or 3 in there. Your Reinhardt appears to be following up, which is very good. You caught the Winston. You're gonna bubble the Rhine? Okay, yeah. Yeah, so that's what I mean, right? You grabbed without really any warning. Your team wasn't ready. The follow-up wasn't there, and you also didn't know where the Diva was. So even though it was it was a pretty decent individual play to take advantage of what the enemy team wanted to do, push in with the Primal Rage, with the sound barrier. You want to make sure you're communicating with your team what you are thinking. For this grab. So I think honestly I would have rather held Grav because it's all about quality over quantity for Graviton in my opinion, right? If I'm communicating, we're gonna use Earthshatter, and like this, especially since it's control, it's not like 2 CP or anything. If we're communicating, we're gonna use Earthshatter. I would really stick to that plan, and like maybe we lose a fight, and someone on my team's like, why didn't we Earthshatter or Graviton? You can say, hey, I thought we were gonna Earthshatter, so I was holding on to Grab, and then if they take the point, that's fine, no big deal. You'll come back with a 60% advantage. You'll have both of those ultimates, and you can maybe be more coordinated in your next attack. Ryan, go in, I'll bubble you, you try to Earth Shatter like 2 or 3 people, and then we'll win that fight and Graviton next fight. Because they already don't have Sound Barrier. So, but yeah, so I mean, you caught some members, you need the follow-up from your team to be there, and part of that is the communication that was happening in this match. Target selection's good, you'll build up another grab in no time if you focus Diva Winston.
Break it. Kill the...
See, now you guys have used at least 3 ultimates, Graviton, Earthshatter, and Transcendence to win this fight. Which is just not clean, if that makes sense. Also, you had 26 ammo here, and you did not grenade the Diva mech. So this is definitely a missed opportunity. You should always be grenading Diva mech if you have the ammo. It makes Pilot Diva that much easier to clean up.
Social weight.
I think a little bit of a target selection issue here. So right when you hear Reaper go die, stop shooting at Moira and shoot the Reaper, because the Moira, I mean, I don't know, Reaper's putting out 600 damage right now, and Moira's putting out X amount of healing or some damage. I would have probably switched to the Reaper instead of the Moira here, just to try and maybe save someone on my team. You're at 100 charge, you will absolutely melt him in like 1.05 seconds or something, because I think full 100 charge Zarya is like 196 damage a second. So in like just over a second, you'll absolutely melt Reaper. He will be life stealing a little bit. So let's say maybe 1.5 seconds that you would kill him, but you guys have, so wait, now that's 4 ultimates now. Blizzard also invested into this. Yeah, bubble onto Ryan is kind of a we've won the fight bubble. Again, look at your target selection. You're already at 70% towards another Graviton.
My ultimate is almost ready.
Where are they going?
Just tossing out grenades, trying to build some free ult charge. Nice. Personal shield. What was that personal shield? I think Moira spooked you. This is probably your worst personal shield so far in this match, but I don't think you also knew the Mei wall was there. It's kind of a reaction time thing. You looked over and saw the wall, but by the time your brain like registered that the wall was there and you weren't actually taking damage, you like pressed the button. So not that big a deal. Just try and avoid this in the future. I think you meant to bubble Ryan there. Yeah, you definitely meant to bubble Ryan there. Which would have been nice, right? Reaper is shooting at the Reinhardt and get some energy, protect your Ryan, etc.
Focus Reaper, focus Reaper.
Okay, so I think right here, I don't know. This Reaper is at 50% HP with no Wraith form. I feel like you could chase this kill. So the reason why is you used your utility already as Zarya. You don't have your projected barrier. You've got full ammo, 90 charge. This guy has no defenses left, and he's running away from his Moira healing. So you probably could have like grenade jumped this. You could have just chased him up the stairs. You just one grenade, one melee, and that's Reaper out of the fight. You kind of wind up standing on the point not doing anything, at least in these first couple seconds here. You're like, oh, should I chase him? Okay, maybe not. Oh, I'm getting hit from the side. What do I do? Okay, she's out of range. Okay, should I shoot at Diva? I'm gonna reload. And like, I feel like you could have killed Reaper off on the side and then re-enter the fight, and your barriers would be coming back. You'll have charge, and then you cannot, choose. Then do you go on the Diva, the Winston, the Doomfist, etc.? How can I avoid that? Well, it's mostly about that mythical thing like called game sense, right? And this is a little bit mechanics, but the main thing here is you have to recognize that you are, as a Zarya player, you will have the advantage in this fight. So if we rewind, you look around, it's literally Reaper Lucio on the point contesting by themselves. So the tanks are not the tanks for the red team are not here. So once right here, right when he uses Wraith form, that means you have the advantage. You're full HP, 100 charge, unless you like completely potato and he shotguns you like 3 times directly in the face. You have to realize at this moment you have a clear advantage over this enemy hero. And so the way you avoid that is you have to recognize when you are in the position to win that fight. And that's just like when you retreat, you have to recognize when you're in a position to lose. Like this Reaper knows he can't beat you, so he's trying to run away. And so you as the Zarya have to realize I can easily beat him and then take advantage of that.
Focus Reaper, focus Reaper.
Alright, focusing the Diva. You've got the grab. Careful though, I see you want to grab. There's 3 enemies here, plus I think Doomfist is in the sky. Oh, I meant not bubbling Ryan accidentally. You just gotta make sure the little diamonds right there. I don't know if you saw it. The best thing is make sure that this is on them, but bubbling the wrong person happens to everyone, even Overwatch League players. It's just the nature of playing Zarya. You just got to do your best. Okay, you grabbed when Diva was clearly looking away, so I'll give you that. That's good. Also, let's see. What was your ammo? 52? I feel like you should have just lasered them. You have 27 ammo, and you have a graviton, and you're deciding to reload. This is kind of a big mistake. If you have a grav and you have ammo, you shoot that ammo at that grav. Like you're wasting the graviton potential here by reloading. Like this is kill potential here, especially at 100 charge. So definitely, I'd say this is your biggest mistake so far in this game.
What the hell? Nice.
Is this a stomp, by the way? Because you guys just stomped them. You're 12-0 at 74% average energy.
Feeder. Who? Which one? Hey. Yeah, he's pretty good.
For anyone watching this and wondering, because I get asked all the time what maps is Zarya good on and what maps is she bad on, this is one of those maps that Zarya can be good on, but she can also be really bad on. If the enemy team is using this high ground well, Zarya struggles. But the point in and of itself isn't so bad. There's like just enough corners for Zarya to play around, like poke and deal her damage, but it's kind of a toss-up, but usually she's not so great on this point.
Bubble Ryan, bubble.
Nice. Oh, unlucky. Your Ryan should have countercharged that, honestly. I'm assuming he had his charge up. He should have countercharged this. Yeah. That sucks. Good target selection, though. Rip.
Ryan, heal Ryan, heal Ryan, heal Ryan, heal Ryan.
A little bit of a mistake here. You reloaded.
Ryan.
Right here, you could be shooting the Diva, trying your best to scare her away from shooting your Rhine. But pretty sure you're spamming whatever button it is on PlayStation or Xbox, excuse me, um, to save your Reinhardt. And your heart is in the right place. Don't get me wrong, but you have to have everything be in the right place if you want to be consistent
Heal Ryan,
Zarya
heal Ryan,
player.
heal Ryan.
Yeah, like right here, there was about probably 30 ammo here you could have dumped into Diva and got free alt charge, etc. But it's not too big a deal. I'm pretty sure this fight is gonna be lost for you. Target selection's good, shield good. I think you reloaded early again. Yeah, 20. I'll give you the 20 reload. You're trying your best. I think right here you get a little flustered because you just got pinned and there's like missiles blowing up. I don't know how I feel about meleeing like a full health Reinhardt. I really don't melee that often with Zarya unless it's like to secure a kill or it's like a grenade melee combo. Because really your other damage is just so much higher. Thank your healer. Oh my god, your mercy just absolutely saved you. Nice. The Diva gave you the energy. You bubbled your Ryan as he's engaging. That was really good patience. Because Diva was shooting at you at about like 10-15 meters where her damage is kind of like meh, but you patiently like held the bubble, waited for the most amount of the opportunity to get the most amount of charge. So I like the patience there, the discipline. I'd say you definitely do reload. You're starting to reload more and more. Like right here, you have 50 ammo in your mag. There's two enemy tanks like pretty close to you. You could have shot the shield, pressured them right when they dropped it, etc. But right as your Ryan's engaging, they drop their shields. You are not shooting because you're stuck reloading. Like right when you start shooting again, Reinhardt puts his shield up. So that's like you had 50 ammo there that you could have used to deal damage, get alt charge, etc. But then you are stuck reloading.
Break shield, break shield, break shield. Yeah, yeah.
It was a grenade melee. Gotcha. I must have just missed the grenade.
You're so low. McCree up top.
You're also you seem to have the feeling of when you want to finish out Zarya's magazine with a grenade just like a hair off because
Break shield, yeah, yeah.
52 you were at 32 ammo and then you grenaded, so you can get a lot more laser in. You can get about 30 more laser in and then grenade. So I think one thing to like nitpick on that you can probably see some good improvements in your damage and ultimate charge rate, etc. is just practicing like using a whole magazine of like laser and getting it down as close to like 1 as possible, because when you grenade and then you have 7 more ammo, you that's kind of where you can say like it didn't happen correctly unless you're trying to do 2 grenades, then okay, but you want to use like if you have 35 ammo, use 30 ammo and then grenade.
You're so low. McCree up top.
I think you were trying to bubble Reinhardt here again, which is fine. It's just it goes on the wrong person. Nice target selection. Ooh, I like the body blocking with the shield. Oh, you're dead. Oh, so close.
Man, what is that? I'm behind the wall. Fine, it's fine, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, Diva's still pretty dominant. But like, I mean, Orisa Hog works.
Man, they baited you. So right here, you have to wait for Fire Strike or Micro Missiles before you bubble. You've only taken like 30 damage so far.
Hog works.
Yeah, that one was a little. So like these 2 bubbles are your worst poke phase barriers we've seen so far in this game. They weren't really invested in engaging on you. It was like chip damage, like Biotic Grasp and fusion cannons from Diva, and then your Reinhardt is a little bit too far to really engage, and he fire strikes. So like right here, you see the micro missiles. Now would be the time to bubble.
Not really.
Like imagine if you had a bubble here. Your Reinhardt is just swinging for the fences. This is like the bubble here would be so good.
Not really. There's still McCree up top. McCree up top.
By the way, that McCree up top is exactly why Zarya is not good on this point, because she cannot contest those high ground areas.
Somebody get him off high ground.
Nice. Why didn't you follow up
Get
on
him
the
off
Diva? Why did you look away from her?
I'm not gonna wait. Kill this Ryan. Okay. Mercy on the right.
Oh, so much has happened
Ryan,
here.
okay.
Okay. So many different things there to talk about.
There's still McCree up top. Can we somebody get him off?
Okay, so right here, Diva is frozen and you have 0 charge. Then you bubble him. Like, you should be melting that Diva with your Ryan. Like, you go from Diva to Reinhardt and then to like another person, and you're never really committing to a kill. And Zarya's laser is like is the best when you use it on one hero. One, it can obviously only hit one hero at a time, but two, the damage, it just adds up over time. But you have to make sure you stick to the one target. So first mistake is you should have definitely shot the Diva. All right, when you decide not to shoot the Diva for whatever reason, then you have to commit to shooting the Reinhardt here at least, right? You can build this graviton off of these frozen heroes, so at least shoot the Reinhardt. I think you kind of see, and I think this one makes a little more sense to transition from Ryan to the Mercy, because you're like, okay, Ryan is getting pocketed by both healers. I'm not going to get anything done, and you go for the Mercy. So this target switch from Ryan to Mercy makes sense, but to go from the frozen, out of position Diva to Ryan, that was kind of the big mistake in this fight so far.
Ryan, okay. Mercy on the right.
Oh, careful there. Diva was literally right next to you. The Diva is right here. You have to respect the Diva. You have to respect the defense matrix. This is how you get gravitons absorbed by Diva, and you end up, kicking yourself in the leg as Zarya, because you're like, well, Diva was right next to me. What was I thinking? Of course she had defense matrix. So even right when you pressed it, I already don't like this grab, number one. Number two, you guys have already invested Blizzard, Earth Shatter, and Tactical Visor. Has anyone died besides Doomfist? It doesn't look like it. So this is a 6 versus 5. 1, 2, 3 ultimates already invested from your team. You're about to make it 4. I don't know. Especially when your soldier used Tactical Visor. Tactical Visor and Graviton do not go well together at all. Your soldier doesn't need Graviton to hit targets if he's got a Tac Visor going. So I don't like this Graviton usage because A, you've already used a bunch of ults, B, Diva's right next to you, and C, Tac Visor and Graviton don't combo. Oh man, just the threat of that being absorbed as it flies through the air just like scares me so much. Also, you didn't reload before you grabbed again, so you're spending 1.5 seconds of the 4 seconds reloading, not taking advantage of the grab. Another thing is, you Graviton, you catch the important squishy characters, Mercy, Moira, but then you don't even shoot at your grab. You're looking at this Reinhardt that's flying past you. When Reinhardt charges out of a grab, that is a huge green flag to you to attack the grab, because he took the only shield they have away from the Graviton. So another target selection issue here. You attack as Zarya, you should almost always attack your Graviton. When you press Q or ultimate button as Zarya, you are committing, say, hey, I'm about to attack this Graviton, unless you're like, pulling him off the edge of the map or something. But to grab 2 healers and then completely ignore them, that is a huge mistake.
I don't bubble for you, Ryan.
Like, the bubble on your Ryan was good. Don't get me wrong, but your team cleaned them up, which is good. But you should have cleaned them up, and then you guys have a huge advantage. Come back and just kill this Ryan by himself. Another reason why, and this is getting extra nitpicky, is if you leave the enemy Reinhardt alive, you kill those squishies, and then your grab ends, you can then build up more Graviton ult charge off of the surviving tanks because your Graviton ended. But since you're here doing damage to him as your Graviton's still going, you're not getting any ultimate charge off of him.
McCree. Oh my goodness, McCree killed 2.
Yeah, McCree on that high ground.
Bubble Ryan here.
Make sure to wait for micro missiles or something. Look, that Diva just fed you the energy. Those are much better poke phase berries. You're waiting for the sound cues. You're waiting to see the visible signs that they are going to dish out the damage. You get the 2 bubbles off. You're at 100 charge. Where were you at before? I think you really only needed personal shield here because you were at 58 which means you're only missing, what, 42 energy? So with one good personal shield, you'll be at 98 energy, and you can really hold the projected barrier for something really important. So I like the poke phase barriers here, but I think you should have just used the personal shield.
This Diva
Like you between two bubbles, you got 40 energy, which is like you want to get 40 energy out of the one bubble, and you do that just by making sure you have high quality bubbles. WJ Overwatch, Wajow, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream, dude. Hope you're having a good week so far, and I hope you're enjoying the VOD reviews.
mech right now. Oh, he's one in left. What the hell, yo?
Rip.
Yo.
See, like right here, don't you wish you had projected barrier? Right? You use two bubbles for 40 energy, you don't have projected barrier, and then this dude just blows up your Mercy when you were in a position to save her. Like this is a great example of when you're high charge, just farm energy with your personal shield, save that projected barrier for when you really need it. Because you could have stopped this with projected barrier if you were a little more kind of patient with the charge. You don't have to be 100% all the time. Just being 70, 80, 90 is plenty, and then you can really get quality projected barriers. This Mercy dies literally right in front of you.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it's Doomfist. I'm not saying you could have stopped him, but you could have bubbled Mercy. This bubble on Rein is going to be huge, don't get me wrong. This is a great bubble. You're 1000% saving your Reinhardt here, but I'd rather save my Mercy, who can then heal up the Reinhardt, because all this is doing is delaying Reinhardt's death.
Bullshit. Just bullshit.
I did not realize that when two Reinhardts charge each other and one is bubbled, the one that's bubbled doesn't get knocked down. I kind of learned that recently, and that is huge. Yep, target selection's good, but what else are you gonna do?
Yeah, we're dead.
This is why I say all the time, charge as Zarya is not everything. That is not the end all be all of good Zarya play. You are 100% charged, but you're gonna lose this fight because you didn't have the barriers to protect your healers.
Yeah, I'm getting out.
That's the end of it. You're gonna lose all this charge right now,
Doomfist
right there.
just killed
Boom, Dawn,
like,
charge, dead.
Oh, he killed our whole team. Oh, holy shit.
I would rather be 20% energy and save a bajillion people on my team than 80% average energy and lose the match because I couldn't protect anyone important on my team. And that's a playstyle preference. There are plenty of great Zarya players out there, I want to be very clear, that are supercharged all the time and they can just absolutely carry a game. But I am not one of those players.
Okay, let's go. W?
Nice. Did you hear the Rein charge? Yeah, you heard the Rein charge outside the door. Reactionary bubble. Great bubble here to protect your Reinhardt. Ooh, nice. Tried to block it with personal. I like it. Target selection's good. You're gonna die here. Do not graviton, please. I beg of you, don't grab. Oh my god, I thought when it played the grenade sound, I got so scared.
Huge wall. Let's go.
Nice. Okay, cool. You're doing Blizzard, Earthshatter, I think Transcendence also. That's great. That's 3 ultimates. You should win this fight cleanly. You don't need to Graviton unless they somehow turn this back.
We have to touch point. I'm going to point.
I can't see what the percentage is, but I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and believe you when you say you have to touch point, and that's why you're moving away from the Diva. I feel like the trans is a mistake. Yeah, Blizzard trans is kind of but at the same time, his tanks, I believe the Reinhardt and the Zarya were both pretty weak, which forces the trans out. So I think he did do a lot of healing. Nice bubble there to save your Tracer and get her onto the point. Really good. Nice, the wall protected you. You shouldn't need to grab here. This seems pretty won. Watch out. Oh god. Oh no! Don't die!
Heal Zarya.
Ah!
Heal Zarya.
I like the third person. Heal Zarya. Oh, that sucks. Okay, so let's talk about this. How do we avoid dying here as Zarya? Unfortunately, you missed. No, you didn't miss that first grenade. Hmm. Killing the Mercy seems like a fine decision. I think he just. I think yeah. It's just unfortunate. There's really nothing. I don't think you did anything wrong. You could argue maybe you should have killed the Rhine instead, but then Mercy will just heal the Rhine, etc. Let's see. So you
Unlucky.
personal shield. You have to reload.
Heal Zarya.
Okay.
Heal Zarya.
Oh, your Rhine misses the charge. If your Reinhardt had actually hit him, he would have saved you. You would have kept your charge. Uh, yeah. There's really nothing you could have done there. That's
No.
unluckers.
Oh.
This fight was so
Okay,
won. I can't believe you guys are gonna lose this.
I have grab. I don't know if we can
Not
stall
even
one.
upset you didn't grab. Like, to me, that was like a one fight. I guess Mercy died.
No.
Wow, that Mercy rezzing the Rhine was what turned it. I guess right here, like, again, this is hindsight, and I really never do hindsight reviews because it's so unfair to say, like, you should have known this was going to happen, blah, 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 blah. But I guess right here, if you had maybe grabbed, you'd maybe save it, but I totally understand why you didn't. It seems like so clean. Yeah, that's unlucky.
Unlucky.
Could have used grenade to kill Mercy, maybe. I think the main thing I can say is, right here, right when the Reinhardt got res and Mercy like pseudo got away, I would say the best thing I could give you, and even then it's still situational, is you should have turned on the Reinhardt now, because what would happen is you're gonna melt this Reinhardt, and if the Mercy comes to save him, you could just blow up the Mercy because she's already so weak. But even then, that's like a stretch. So, oh my God, it's actually still going. I was just skipping because I thought it was over. Lol, you missed the no. We were all so surprised to see the Doom there. You didn't bubble the Zen. That sucks.
Okay, Tracer. I've grab.
I mean, it's one of those situations where you don't have the luxury of really getting a good grab, so I can't really fault you too much for this. Main criticisms are Diva staying right at you. I don't think you're actually going to catch the Mercy in that. It got absorbed, yep.
Oh my goodness. Alright, that's game.
Yeah, you're going to die, yeah.
Because it's university, yeah. Wait, what? Yeah. Oh, okay, there you go. This works.
I think your reloading was better in that second round, and I don't know how you managed to like fix that mid-game, but that's always a plus. Torbjorn on university?
Let's see. Yeah.
Wait for the mic, like right here, I just heard the micro missiles sound cue, so now you can use personal shield.
Bubble Rhine.
Wait. Apparently I'm deaf because there is no micro missile sound cue, so just ignore what I said.
Bubble Rhine.
Good bubble. There's the micro missiles. There you go. That was a great bubble because you're bubbling your Rhine as he fights back. You hear the sound cue for the missiles. Personal shield. You're up in Diva's face. Great target selection.
Rhine.
Nice. He's dead.
Nice.
You're gonna melt the Diva now. No chase. I would definitely chase the Diva. Especially because you had personal shield. Yeah, right there. I would have chased the Diva.
Yeah, cut them off.
Rip. Where did this dude die? All right, I'll give you this one. There's really not much damage coming at you visually. You just saw the micro missiles finished. I think you were trying to catch the tail end of micro missiles, maybe. But when you look at this, you're fighting Moira, Mercy, and Diva, and a Diva that doesn't have micro missiles. So maybe, I don't know, not my favorite bubble. You got like 10. Wow, they actually gave you more energy than I would have thought.
There's a Reaper right here.
Nice bubble onto Ryan. You're so dead. Yep. This is why Diva is so OP right now, because she can do everything Zarya does and go up and down on high ground, low ground.
No, there's a... We need something to...
Yep, that's it feels bad.
Diva though, but... Diva though, but...
I'll give you that one. Fight's over from their perspective. Really not a big deal to use that one.
Bubble Ryan in 3, 2, 1.
But make sure... Alright, your Ryan's doing a good job of baiting himself into giving you energy, so that's good. But as the Zarya player, don't rely on your teammate to give you the energy. You should be bubbling, at least as a solo queue player especially, right? You're like, hey Ryan, I'm looking to bubble you for some energy, and then you're doing a good job saying when you bubble him, like, hey, I'm gonna bubble you in 3 seconds. I think maybe a small improvement there is, even though you're bubbling him, make sure you're bubbling him, and maybe you are and I'm just not seeing it, but make sure you're bubbling him when there is clear and present danger, so you're almost guaranteed to get energy from those poke phase bubbles to build up your charge. Because, like, when you say I'm bubbling you in 3, 2, 1, like, right here, the only real thing I see is Reaper. Which, okay, that's fair. He's gonna shoot the bubble. So I'll give you that one. But I would just be afraid that Reaper would just, like, stop shooting. Because I think he was, like, near the end of his magazine. You had the personal shield there because you were at 200. Versus shields, it's better to just use laser. Laser will do more damage over time to a shield than grenade laser will, or just grenade in and of itself. So I think you use like 50 ammo here on 2 grenades on the shield, just better to laser. Like right here is a good example of a bad poke phase bubble, right? First of all, you're already at 70 charge. This cooldown 6 seconds, so you're going to lose 12 energy. So you'll be at 65 in 6 seconds. You can use one personal shield to boost this up to 100. And you can save your projected barrier for something you really, really, really need. So, but like right there, you didn't communicate with Ryan that you're bubbling him. And you didn't ensure there was incoming damage to make sure the bubble gives you energy. Oh! That's a rip-a-rooney. Oh, that sucks.
No, Ryan. Oh, you got...
That really sucks.
I don't really Diva, that's the thing. I'm 75 to grab, should I just switch?
I'll give you this bubble on Hog. He was totally about to die to that Reaper.
This Reaper has no Wraith.
Oh, right here. This is a great example of, like, I think something else hit you for like 50.
Grab, should I just switch?
I mean, this bubble on Hog was actually super good. You totally saved your Roadhog.
This Reaper has no Wraith.
Like right there, you only get 10 from the personal shield because you bubbled so early. Like you want, like the only improvement there is you want to wait for Reaper to actually engage you. Like, oh hey, the Zarya, let's fight, and he like shoots 1 or 2, then you bubble, then he'll maybe be committed, etc. But you only got 10 energy because you bubbled so early. Like, or you could just eat that fire strike. You could just wait for the fire strike and eat that.
Yeah, okay, we can punish this. Bubble you, Ryan? Let's go.
Again, same thing. You're bubbling so early. You said you're bubbling him, and that's where the communication part's good. But you, as the Zarya player, again need to make sure that incoming damage is happening. You know, fire strike, micro missiles, Junkrat spam, Pharah spam. You know, whatever it is in whatever game you're playing. Like, she micro missiled after your bubble expired, right? If you just if you wait, then you'll get the energy from the micro missiles.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, they Earth Shattered and Death Blossomed. I'm surprised right here, right when the first die came out, you didn't pop Personal Shield. That does surprise me a bit. The target selection's fine in terms of, like, you see Diva, you shoot Diva, there's really no one else around. But right when you hear die, 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 pop the Personal Shield 180 and then try and kill that dude.
Oh my goodness.
I'm really surprised.
Wow,
Oh, that was their Valk, okay. How did he get here? How did your team just completely forget about him? Last we saw, he was on the left. Right? Oh, he literally just walked across our screen to the right.
Yeah, okay, we can punch this.
I didn't even notice
Bubble
that,
Ryan?
but he's literally just sitting in the corner to your right-hand side. That
my
sucks. That's a
God,
feels
where did he
bad
hide?
for sure. He just like casually moseyed over there.
Okay, grab. Shatter first, okay? Bubble first.
No, look at all these micro missiles
Shatter-
you could have eaten.
Shatter
The fire strike and the micro missiles of all the times to personal shield. This is the moment. This is what you've been training for. Fire strike and micro missiles are flying right at you, and you've got both barriers.
First, okay? Bubble first.
That's a feels bad. At least you got full energy from that one. See, look right there. Diva, either you knew she was micro missiling or not, but she gave you the energy that she like. Diva literally cannot stop shooting the micro missiles. Like a smart Diva will like aim the missiles at the ground or the sky to stop feeding the Zarya energy. But you take advantage of micro missiles and how they work. You get the energy, and now you're gonna melt the Diva. Uh-oh, I'm scared. Ooh, you comboed grab and shatter. I'll give you the fact that you knew Diva was out of mech because she just self-destructed. I'm pretty sure, so she's not in a position to eat it. I like that you're trying your best to laser the McCree. That's actually, you know, in that situation, that's as much as you can ask for. Like, please don't kill my team in high noon McCree. So you're trying to laser him. So target selection there was good. Should be able to win this. Grenade, grenade. Yeah, there you go. I think you're SOL now. Oh, you got the mech. That's actually really good.
Yeah, somebody can touch. Oh my goodness, bro. That Doomfist actually killed us.
I mean, so the first round was an absolute stomp by your team. The second round was a lot closer. Obviously, you lost. We saw the mistakes that happened, mostly target selection issues. And then this third round was mostly bubbling issues. So I think we've kind of pinpointed, you know, in what aspects of what areas you need to improve on. Reloading is mostly okay, just I would, like I said, try and get a better feel for, you know, the 100 to 0 time for Zarya. Like, beam, 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 beam. Once you're like sub 10 or 20, then that's when you want to really finish it off with a grenade. Try not to grenade shields. Make sure you're grenading Diva mech. If you're going to reload before grab, make sure you actually complete the reload. Attack your gravitons. I think we saw that once or twice where you didn't actually attack your grab, or you grabbed without any team follow-up. The first grab you had no communication, and then the second grab, let's see, on City Center, you just ignored the squishies you grabbed, and then the third grab got absorbed, I'm pretty sure, but that was kind of a desperation one, okay, whatever. And then the fourth grab, it was good. You just needed team follow-up, but I'm not really gonna fault you for that one. You took advantage of what was happening. Diva's out of mech, she can't eat it. You cut a bunch of members, etc. If we rewind and look at that one more time, let's see. What's your team comp at this point? I think we'll find out in a second. Roadhog died. I don't know how. That was unfortunate. He walked in front of your Reinhardt shield. You're just standing there. I want to know what your Roadhog's ultimate was at. Like, you were trying so hard. I think your Reinhardt swinging, you're dealing damage, you guys are getting healed by Mercy. It's unfortunate that Roadhog died is really the main thing. Yeah. It was a good grab, just unfortunately not enough team members up. Let me see the team comp. Yeah, it looks like Roadhog's at 9%, so it looks like he had whole hog. So I think the improvement on this last grab is communicate what you're thinking with the grab. Like, call out a teammate to combo with you. Say like, hey, because your one DPS was like kept switching for whatever reason. I think you're saying in chat that he was throwing, which is unlucky, definitely unfortunate. And maybe in the future, you know, you'd want to submit a game without a thrower. That way we can really focus on what you could do to win. I don't know if they're, and maybe this is naive, but I think it's hard to, you know, carry a game when one person on your team is actively not trying to win. So we'll just put that to the side. But yeah, definitely call out your Roadhog. Be like, Roadhog, you there, Mr. Piggy, you have ultimate. I have ultimate. Let's combo ultimates. And then when you make that communication happen, you'll get a much cleaner Graviton, and you'll want to put your projected barrier onto him to protect him. And you probably could have smashed that team fight with those two ultimates. Fingers crossed, hypothetically, and then retake the point, and hopefully you take this round. So we talked about gravitons, we talked about reloading. Target selection was mostly good. We talked about all the times when it wasn't. So just be aware. You were going on the tanks a lot, which was good. And in that first round, you were doing a good job transitioning from tanks to other targets as they presented themselves. But your target selection kind of got worse, as the game progressed. That Reaper that we all missed, in chat, just kind of like skedaddle to the right hand side of this choke, etc. Positioning was good. I didn't really see any major positioning issues. That's probably your strongest area is positioning. You were never really overextending for energy. You're always there with your Reinhardt, which is just super good. I would play with this Reinhardt as much as you can. You guys had a good thing going. So positioning was very solid. Bubble usage, we talked about extensively. There's a lot of good bubbles and there's a lot of bad bubbles. You want to make sure to get as many quality bubbles as possible. And so if that means the number of bubbles you use goes down, that's okay. And that's just my personal playstyle. That's the playstyle I like to promote, to teach. Like I don't bubble as often as a lot of other players. My projected barriers or barriers per game stat is really low. But my damage blocked per barrier is like super high. I think my efficiency with barriers is like, out of terms of like getting full value, it's like in the like high 60s, like low 70%. And so that tells you. And if you want to see a video on calculating barrier efficiency, it's on my YouTube channel. You can go check it out. But what that tells you is, even though I don't barrier a lot, my barriers are impactful. I'm constantly saving teammates, enabling engages, protecting allies that are ulting, etc. So you had a lot of that, but again, like we said, a lot of really early barriers, a lot of greedy barriers, a lot of selfish barriers, and we saw a couple times where you were just like straight punished instantly, for barriers like that, especially in that city center map when that Mercy died right in front of you. But I think that covers everything we usually talk about: positioning, target selection, ability usage, reloading, and gravitons. I think that covers all the main topics. Thank you so much for the submission, winner. I hope this was helpful. Good luck on hitting Jam Man. And again, thank you so much for the submission. If you guys like this video, consider giving it a like and subscribing on YouTube. You can check out all my other guides and VOD reviews there. I also do these live on Twitch. You can see those announcements on Twitter and Discord. All those links will be in the description. Thank you so much, guys. I hope this was helpful, and as always, have a good one.